What's going on, guys? Omar here with you again. Welcome to week 2 of the USL review show. Before we get into it, I just want to let everybody who's been asking why it's taking till Friday to post these videos. There's so many games, so many teams in the USL that it's kind of hard to get through all of that footage. And you guys know with ProGK, with me, I really want to try and get you guys the best possible content. So to get the content, break it down, and kind of find different trends that I can bring to you guys, it takes a few days. My goal is to try and get it from the Friday probably to a Wednesday, but I also have a distribution as well. So it's just, I'm trying to work through it. I'm trying to figure it all out. But little by little, I will try and keep it so it's fresh in your minds from the weekend and you don't have to wait until Friday to get the review. Later in this episode, I'm going to be speaking with goalkeeper Ben Lund from Louisville City Fc. We're going to be talking to him about his first ever professional start and how he kept his composure leading up to that game and through it as well. But first, I really want to talk to you guys a little bit about the saves of the week. So in the last episode, what I did was I let you guys watch the distribution and see what you guys saw, and hopefully what you saw is what I saw in the breakdown as well. So I want to try that same concept and same idea with this week's saves of the week. So I'm going to show you guys in this next clip about a minute worth of saves. In these saves, they all have the same exact trend and very, very similar tendencies from the goalkeepers. So keep an eye on that. I will come back after those clips and we'll talk about it. Once again, guys, this is the weekend review. Let's get into it.
There's a 20 and 25 yard gap, and if you're going to employ it, everybody's got to be on the same page.
Good ball from John Aguinaga. Great ball for Lambert. Saved by Mizell.
Walker once more. Muse comes up big that time. Gets tattooed by both the shot and by Ernesto Walker at the tail end of this.
There by Lou. Speeds can turn into space. Here's Ben Speeds. Can he have a hit towards goal? Ben Speeds. And saved there by Cornell.
Here comes Gordon, spurred on by Brown. He's into the box, slid from behind, over to Vassetti, saved in the ball.
Looked at it. Gave it a half length. Wild. So I'd like to see Dylan mixes up inside the area. Dylan still on his feet. Dylan goes for goal and it's blocked.
Okay, guys, so if you guys noticed, most of those saves were 1v1 situations. Each goalkeeper used the fast approach and slow arrival technique. Notice here how the fast approach gets each goalkeeper to their final set position as quickly as possible. As the ball is traveling and as the forward's head is down, it's important to advance themselves into a great position so that they can narrow down that angle, and when the forward looks up to scan the goal, all they see is a big frame. So after the fast approach, we have the slow arrival. Once they've been able to advance their position as quickly as they can, they need to slow their bodies down to stabilize, and that allows them to get set. This gives them the best chance to get a dive off and make a save. Now, it's important to make sure you use both the fast and the slow arrival at the exact same time. Using one without the other doesn't really make that much sense. If you go too fast, you want to allow yourself to get set and stabilize, and we all know as goalkeepers, if you're not set, it's really hard to get a push off with that plant foot. Next, if you go with a slow arrival with no fast approach, then you get to the spot too late, you don't get your angles covered, and most likely, the forward will shoot the ball when they have more of the goal to aim at. So, with these saves and with the substance in it, I want you guys to remember, use that fast approach first. Get to your good spot, get into a good angle, make sure that the forward obviously sees a big frame when they look up, and use that slow arrival so you can set, get your feet into the ground, and that allows you to go right or left with that plant foot. So remember to use both those approaches at the exact same time to find success with 1v1s or in situations where you have to get to a spot quick for a cutback shot or just for an angle shot. Okay, guys, so let's move on. Now we're going to get into our conversation with Ben Lund in our segment called Between the Ears. Ben is actually a University of Akron graduate, was drafted by FC Cincinnati, and signed by them this past season. He is currently on loan with USL side Louisville City, where he made his first professional start this weekend. In the conversation, we discuss his nerves going into the game and his preparation leading up to that moment. Once again, guys, this is Between the Ears. Let's get into it. So we are joined here on Between the Ears with Ben Lund, University of Akron legend, was signed by FC Cincinnati and loaned out to Louisville City, where this weekend he made his first ever professional start. Ben, how you doing?
Hey man, doing well. Excited to be like officially a professional soccer player now.
Hey, that's awesome, and that's a good way to start off. So, a lot of people who, when they have their first ever start, or whether it's in high school, college, now at the professional level for you, they get a little nervous, and sometimes they don't play their game, or they don't play the game that got them to that position. And obviously, I did a piece on you before you got drafted about your distribution and your shot stopping ability. Being able to get low at your size is incredible. So, just take me through, your emotion. Were you anxious, nervous, excited for the first game of your professional career, and how are you able to maintain your composure, for lack of a better term?
Yeah, it's a good question. So, leading up to this game in Atlanta, I actually didn't know that I was playing up to like maybe 2.5 hours before the game when we had our meeting. And then when I saw my name on the board, I definitely got nervous. And I was nervous for like the next 30, 40 minutes, like going into the bus, going to the stadium. I just told myself that it's okay to be nervous, and then I just reminded myself that I had a good week leading up to the game, and just like overall I felt really well prepared. So I just reminded myself that it's not a big deal that I'm nervous, and then reminded myself about my strengths and why I'm starting, and that helped me a lot. And like I said, my teammates also made it really easy for me. They helped me through my first game, were like really supporting, and it went well. Yeah.
I'm going to talk about one save in general that I loved, and get a lot of questions from young kids about when should I use my top hand. So take me through that save for me. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good question. A lot of times it's like more instinct, but when like you said, the striker, he was cutting inside and had the ball on his right foot. So I kind of was expecting a curl somewhere to the far post. Yeah, and then the ball came high, kind of top corner, and I get a good push with my left foot. And in the video, you can say that they have another player in the box, close around the 6-yard box, and so the ball was very high, and I didn't think I could have gotten there with my other hand. But if I would have tried, I was sure that I probably won't hold the ball. So I didn't want to give up a rebound, especially that they had another player close to the 6-yard box. And I decided to go with my top right hand and was guiding actually the ball a little bit out of danger. And well, at the end it was a good save and the right decision.
For sure, man. That was big time. And like you said, you didn't want to give up the rebound centrally or in a dangerous position. And that coordination to get that left leg in the ground, push off, and then hit that top hand and push it out of danger. I think it went out for a corner. So all in all, beautiful play and very textbook-like, and I thought that was something that I wanted to highlight for the young kids, especially people who want to know top hand, bottom hand, things like that. So obviously, one of your biggest strengths is your distribution. Any advice for the young kids, tall or short, whatever the case may be, that you would give them to really help them improve on their distribution?
Yeah, so first of all, it doesn't really matter tall or short. It doesn't matter, like distribution is like these days is a big part of the game, and so there's no excuse if one type of a goalkeeper should like be good with their feet or not. And for me, there's honestly just a really simple answer, and that's practice. So and one important thing is that you should train playing with your feet, or like clipping balls to fullbacks, or even goal kicks to the striker, to the right person, to the person you wanted to. And you definitely should train it in training, probably even after training. That's what I've been doing. I was staying out after training, just try to play those balls to my fullbacks, and I was putting like a little goal, or even like a big goal to the sideline, and just trying to hit them. And then it's important that you like try those balls in like a pressure situation, like even like in training, 11v11, and then leading up to games. And even if it seems risky, starting at a young age, like high school is probably like a perfect age. It's like playing risky balls in like game situation, and then that gives you a confidence when it works in training, and it works in a maybe not important game, but then it will work in an important game leading up to like that's a normal thing.
For sure, yeah, and I think we had Nick Raimondo on here, not on my show, but on Inside the 18 podcast, and he pretty much said, the TV doesn't show all the mistakes or the bad kicks that I had in training where I took a chance and didn't get it to the striker, or what I'm saying, like, so they have the mental block and, like you said, work through it, take chances.
I remember my first year at Akron was my sophomore year in college. in training and warm-ups warm-ups before games, those balls I would hit them perfectly fine, but then I couldn't translate it into games, and that's just a process that takes a little bit of time. But if you just stick to your line and just stick to it, it will come. No doubt.
For sure. All right, Ben, thank you so much for being on Between the Ears, man. I think the kids are going to love some of your answers. Definitely relatable, and it's beautiful to have. I keep saying the word beautiful. It's great to have. It's great to have it from a professional perspective. And again, congratulations on your first start. Hopefully it's the start of many. And hopefully your coach doesn't tell you 5-10 minutes before the game again, so you have some more time to prepare.
Thank you very much. Thanks for being on the show.
Of course. All right, Ben. Have a great one.
Yeah, you too. Bye.
All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to the USL Review Show Week 2. Again, I appreciate all the comments, all the feedback. It makes me better. It makes the channel better. And, of course, I want to give you guys content that you actually want to consume and watch. So let me know what you guys think. Send me some comments, DMs on Instagram, on YouTube, Facebook, whatever the case may be. Just let me know what you guys are thinking about the episodes. Again, my name is Omar Zini. Thank you guys for watching. See you later.